Also, before we said that maybe the Australia team would just be shooting layups, but that is also not the case, as quite a few three-pointers too when it comes to that team. And so, I mean, so far, really, the Panthers have shown some surprising attributes tonight. Like normally, they make most of their threes, and they try to control the game by also crashing the boards. Like in between possessions, they do that. But really tonight, like we said before, not many threes. They're just trying to crash the boards early. And so the second half of the game, we hope to see them, spread the ball out a little bit more. And like you said, a bit sloppy there. Hopefully they can keep calm in the locker room and come back out there better than ever. And yeah, just like I said before, now's when your game plan settles in. You want to see more big points like three-pointers. And yeah, some highlights we have here. Like you see there, they drive in, layup. That's really what they've been doing all night. And then here, no threes, some long-range shots from 2 points. But yeah, defense tonight here, I mean, we've been doing pretty good on defense. But, yep, I mean, going in for the 2 points, that's what we've seen a lot. And, I mean, it's nice to know that we can get points from those shots. But, yes, I would like to see more, big-time shots, three-pointers and stuff like that.
Yeah, speaking of defense, Zach Goodikins led the team with 3 steals. Tyler Johnson had 3 layups with 6 points, and Carson Brown had 8 points. And everyone else was had a bucket or 2 because, of course, it was only like 23 points, I believe. So 27 points, sorry. But
talk about foul trouble.
So, I mean, foul trouble, it seems, from both teams. Elder and Australia have both been hacking at each other quite a lot tonight. That's what we said before, it was sloppy basketball. I mean, we've seen some pretty egregious fouls, especially the one where the Australia player got hit in the nose and just blood was everywhere. That was not a pretty scene. And so, yeah, I mean, both teams, too, when it comes from field goal percentage, like, they're doing okay, but if you're going to get fouled this many times, you better make your free throws. And so that's another point that we hope Elder can, they need to capitalize on the points they're given,
What's Elder's free throw percentage?
The free throw percentage from Elder, you got that, Carter?
So they were 4 for 8, so 50%. So they were struggling a bit from the line. They need to make them, especially because the Australian, they're aggressive, they're going to foul a lot, and so far they had many fouls that first half.
And yeah, not very much to say after that. Just like I said, both teams are playing pretty, not amazing, but not bad. Especially Elder, I think that they need to, like I said, capitalize big points here, and that's going to be the key to winning this game. I think that's all we have for you here. Enjoy the second half of the game. Go Panthers.
Thank you guys for the great halftime show. As always, welcome you back into the Elder Memorial Fieldhouse. Where it's Elder 27, Bushrangers 19 at the half. Greg, what have you seen so far up until this point from the Panthers?
Well, I've seen a lot of excellent defense from guys like Tiemann with 2 steals. Grady Wall gets I believe he got a steal earlier. Or no, sorry, Murphy got a steal. Grady Wall, that and 1 shot, it's a little breakout shot for him. He needed that. Yeah, I mean, great play from all around the court. One of our biggest advantages, like I said earlier, height. I mean, Tyler Johnson's height, along with his arm length, as well as Brown. Guys just can't guard that, really. And I don't know if this is more of a transitional thing from this team to America. A lot of bumping, fouling, a lot of aggressive play.
A lot of contacts.
I don't know if that's not what they're used to. Maybe that's how it is down under, like I said before.
I like how you're adding foregoing the ER and adding the A on the under. It's really hip of you, Greg.
It's very hip here and
very
now,
hip,
as a certain teacher at Elder would call it.
Indeed. So it looks like we're almost ready for the second half of action. It should be Panthers possession as we come out of half. But yeah, so we were informed at halftime by Mr. Greg Weber.
Oh yeah.
Proud father
of Tommy Weber.
Of the Tommy Weber.
Cross country and track star.
That in the OHSA rulebook, he was kind enough to look this up for us. On Cam Williams, inadvertent elbow, it is regardless of intent, it is considered an intentional foul.
Any contact to the head is considered intentional. And yeah, that's a technical foul.
Unfortunate, but did not seem like the Bushrangers player faked it as he bled all the way to the locker room. But
like I was saying, it almost looks like they don't hit you, and then all of a sudden we see that kid bleeding all over the floor.
Yeah, he got caught. It'll be Panthers possession as we start the second half of play. Drew Murphy will be running the point. Panthers with the same starting lineup they rolled out there to start off the ball game. So we're going to have a set play coming out of half. Sam Wimmer open, kicks it into Carson Brown, a low post. Is hacked on his way to the rim, and he'll go to the line for two.
Back to that aggression thing, we're seeing a lot of hand checking from this Bushrangers team, a lot of hands-on defense. Currently biting them in the butt. Might bite them in the butt later.
Currently,
we will see how that goes.
Carson Brown's first free throw off the side of the rim, no good. Free throws really been the Achilles heel of this Panther squad so far. Hampered their lead throughout the majority of the game so far. Carson Brown second off the back of the rim, rebounded by Sam Whitmer into Zach Goodikins around the rim, no good. Fight for the ball in the backcourt, no good for the Panthers, and the Bushrangers come up with possession. Drive the lane by Polton, almost a travel. Fadeaway jump shot, no good, and here come the Panthers.
I think the deciding factor between us and them in terms of getting the ball is touching the ball before you make the contact. These guys are just kind of pushing and shoving everywhere, while as Murphy on that last grab was touch the ball first and then decided to use his body to separate himself.
It'll be Sam Wimmer taking the ball out for the Panthers under the basket. Good play design gets Sam Wimmer open for three. Way off on the three-pointer off the top of the backboard. Ball found its way to Drew Murphy on the left side for three, no good. And a foul on the loose ball against the Panthers will give the Bushrangers possession. Just really not the shooting night that the Panthers envisioned themselves having so far tonight. As the Aussie with a taped up nose
comes back.
I would be shocked if he comes back into this ball game. I don't want to speculate on the health of his nose, but from what I saw, it didn't look very good. So
just don't breathe too hard.
Good layup by Ainsworth is good, and the Bushrangers close the Panthers' lead to 6. Tyler Johnson on the right side, guarded by Skalick. Now it's Zach Goodikins over to Sam Wimmer, trying to find Carson Brown in the post all game long. He'll work on Briggs. Good right-handed sky hook is good for Carson.
Just another example of that height, just working.
Good press by the Panthers and a foul against Drew Murphy, and Coach Schoenfeld could not believe that one.
I mean, the only contact he caught with the hand there was when he was dribbling the ball after he stole it. I don't know about that one. Might have been just a misconception with the line of vision that the ref had. I don't think that's a foul.
Cheering section didn't like it. Coaching staff didn't like it. Neither did Drew Murphy, but it doesn't matter. Ainsworth drives. Hop step into the lane. Loose ball. Scrum for on the floor. Drew Murphy comes away with it, and it looks like a lot of contact, and it looks like it'll be a jump ball. It's getting a little chippy on the floor now with the Aussies. You knew they'd bring some intensity. They brought it tonight. As Mr. Rogers made an appearance with the old video camera down.
And I just noticed your iPhone made an appearance with the Thursday Night Footy game on.
You know, got to keep an eye on the boys from Dallas. As there's a three-pointer by the Bushrangers. Around the rim, no good. Fight for the rebound. Carson was pushed out of bounds. It'll be a foul on Briggs. Got to keep an eye on the boys, especially C.D. Lamb, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Hoping to lead the summer squad to a fantasy league championship.
Yeah. For those of you who do not know, he's in the championship.
I am. I've mentioned that to Greg multiple times.
The rather strange team name, but I will not disclose that information.
It's all about the mojo. Let's get the mojo right preseason, carrying it through the year. As a foul against Drew Murphy. Bushrangers playing with a lot of intensity and a lot of contact so far in this second half.
Briggs and number 2 Reed seem to be very happy after they foul people. It's kind of weird. They both are smiling after they get fouls called on them.
It's almost like they enjoy inflicting pain.
Rugby might be a safe option.
Well, I heard it's pretty popular down there. Goodikins on the right side, guarded by Ainsworth. Panthers try to get Carson open. Now they'll find him in the low post. Working against Briggs. Good dribble into the lane. No good on the runner. Able to corral his own miss and go back up for 2.
And they say in every sport, follow up your shot. And, well, Brown's always there to follow his shot.
Carson's 12th point of the ball game gives the Panthers a 10-point lead. Oguche working against Tyler Johnson. Safe to say he's the main point guard of this Australian squad. Pulled into the lane, lost it, found its way to Briggs in the mid-range jumper, dead-eye jumper.
That was just money for him. I mean, if you're confident like that, you're going to sink it.
I think the most impressive part about this Panther squad this year is I think we've seen all 5 guys bring the ball up the court. The guys that are on the floor right now. Seen all 5 guys. Even Carson has had his fair share and bring the ball up the court. Tyler Johnson found in the corner. Kicks it over. Sam Whitmer thought about the 3, decided against it. Over to Drew Murphy. Back to Whitmer. His mid-ranger off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Carson. Kicked out. Tyler Johnson for 3. No good. Rebounded again by Carson. He spins into the lane and a wraparound layup. And a beauty for Carson Brown.
And that's just making something out of nothing.
It'd be interesting to see how many rebounds as the ball quickly ahead to Briggs. It'd be interesting to see how many rebounds Carson has tonight.
Briggs scoring the same way he scored the last time. Exact same jumper right there, mid-range.
Tyler Johnson wide open, was calling for the ball in the corner, was found. Back iron, no good. Loose ball again. Panthers find possession. Tyler Johnson drives baseline, lost the ball. Stolen away by Ainsworth. Just an absolute scrum going on right now. Panthers have possession, and it'll be another tie-up.
Murphy's been all over the steals when no one's thinking they can get a steal. I mean, he's just jumping all over people. There's about a couple times, maybe even 4 or 5, that Murphy's just poked the ball out of an unsuspecting point guard. Just a good night for him on the defensive side.
Going to see Cam Williams, Todd Tiemann, Ryan Brass, and Jake Rudemiller back into the game for the Panthers. Almost a complete line change with the exception of Carson Brown. Into the game now for the Panthers. Ryan Brass at the top of the key.
Looks like they moved to a zone.
Jake Rudemiller open from the corner specialist. Hits the 3. You're right, the Bushrangers move. I'm not really sure what zone it was. Modified man zone, maybe. Ball was lost, and Cam Williams, not a smart foul on the loose ball. That'll be the 4th foul on Cam Williams, and Coach Whitmer telling Coach Schoenfeld to sub Cam out, but Coach Schoenfeld elected not to. Will leave the sophomore in with 4 fouls. See how he does with 4 fouls.
Not the smartest decision with the amount of fouls he has and the playing time he's gotten as a result of that, but nonetheless, Coach keep him in.
Oguche on the outside, guarded by Williams. Oguche will pull the 3. Around the rim, no good, and it'll be a foul on Briggs. I think it's going to be a good. I think it's a good decision from Coach Schoenfeld. Just purely see how the sophomore reacts when he has a lot of adversity against him. 4 fouls. See how he plays with it. As he's going to be one of the leaders of the squad in a couple of years, so has to get used to it now.
One thing I have noticed that I have enjoyed out of this team is players like Rudemiller are not hesitant to fire the ball. Both times Jake's gotten the ball with a semi-open shot, he's just fired up, no hesitation.
And you can't be. Especially as a guy that's coming off the bench, one of the first options off the bench, you can't be tentative when you get in the ball. As the ball's going to find you, and you're going to have to take some shots. As Tiemann will here from the corner, no good. Back iron miss tipped out Carson Brown. Found his way to Jake Rudemiller over to Brass in the corner.
One thing you can't do as a player off the bench is let a miss get to you. even a starter, you can't let a miss get to you. As much as, even if you're wide open and you miss it, it happens. You just got to brush it by.
You know, you miss more shots in basketball than you make. Cross-court pass found its way to Cam Williams. His three-pointer no good. Panthers just not really stroking the three-ball well today. O'Sullivan on the outside, cross-court pass. Shanahan kicks it back out, Oguche. Panthers got lost in the man defense. Oguche, friendly roll off the rim. And it goes for two.
Good job by Oguchi there to just drop it in when no one's expecting him to.
Rudy Miller drives into the lane, kicks it out. Cam Williams spotted up the three, pump faked it, took the mid-ranger, too strong. Starting to hear from the cheering section from the our Australian counterparts. Oguche will pull the three, not even close.
He has definitely been off from the jump shotting perspective.
Ryan Brass in the lane, kicks it out. Todd Tiemann, open three. No good. Carson Brown tried to tip it out. Nothing doing. Tiemann almost got another hustle steal. Monroe corrals it. On the break, a lot of steps. Good Euro step, though, by Monroe. Unable to convert on the layup. Not going to lie, Greg, I thought that was a travel, but maybe my eyes just deceived me.
I don't know. Maybe he's just got slow feet.
Or long legs.
Probably. Something like that.
We'll go with that. Williams on the drive. Good find in the lane by Tiemann. Rejected by Briggs. 15 seconds left in this quarter of play. It looks like the Bushrangers will hold for the final shot.
They currently have the momentum off that block there from Briggs.
Monroe, a little pick and roll game with O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan threw Cam Williams to the ground. Offensive foul. And the Panthers will have a chance with 2.7 left. Cam Williams playing smart defense with 4 fouls, able to draw the offensive foul.
Just got to keep letting their weight go forward, and then all of a sudden, they're going to get shoved.
Not sure what the call for the Panthers will be here, as they're going to try to get the ball up to the front court with some speed, as I guess they took 0.7 off the clock. I think the ref is at the scores table conversing. They're going to put 2.8 back on the clock, so 0.9 added to the scoreboard.
Quick math.
Well, you know, Elder does teach you a thing or two. Full court pass from Tiemann was tipped out by Carson Brown, and that will be a turnover for the Panthers. There's a lot of movement of the feet from the Bushrangers player, as that shot was not released in time by Shanahan, and that will be the end of the third quarter. Panthers lead 36-27. You're listening to Elder Basketball on EH Sports.
Live from the pit.
We welcome you back into Elder Memorial Fieldhouse, where it's the Elder Panthers holding a 9-point lead over the counterparts from Australia, the Northeast Bushrangers. Panthers will have possession to start off the fourth quarter, the fourth and final quarter. Not sure how many quarters they play in Australia, but I'd assume it's close to 4.
I would guess it's 4.
Unless it's 2 halves.
Basketball is basketball.
At the end of the day, you're right. Zach Goodkins on the outside. It's going to be a 2-3 zone the Bushrangers come out with in this fourth quarter. Drew Murphy, cross-court pass over to Sam Whitmer. He drives baseline. Nothing doing in the paint. Kicks it out, Drew Murphy. Back out, Tyler Johnson. Maybe Zach Goodkins. A lot of ball movement for the Panthers. Has been a ton of dribbling.
Not a lot of presence on that backside now that they've come in the zone. Zach Goodkins kind of over there making that happen.
Whitmer able to find an open Zach Goodkins. He'll pull the 3. No good. Gets his own miss. Whitmer out. Johnson back to Whitmer. And just a slow possession. Tyler Johnson tentative in the corner. Thought he would pull a 3. Decided to miss it. Finds his way to Zach Goodkins. Drew Murphy in the corner. Finds his way over to Whitmer on the left side. Into Murphy, over to Goodkins on the right side. He'll shoot the 3 again. And Zach Goodkins, in what was a minute and 30-second offensive possession, ends with a Zach Goodkins 3. Well, if you're going to take a minute and 30 off the clock, that's a way to end it.
And Zach doing exactly what I was saying, not letting the missing get to him. It's kind of an off night shooting so far. Doesn't let that waver him.
Whitmer on the left side. Panthers are going to slow it up once again, as if they're able to milk some clock. As I say that, Zach Goodkins lost the ball on the dribble, and it'll be Australia's possession. Where Papa drives into the lane, kicks it out. Trying to find Skolik, nothing doing. Bad pass by Ware Papa, and it'll go out of bounds. It'll be a turnover. So, Greg, some of our most favorite names on this varsity boys roster for the Northeast Bushrangers. I mean, you just got the obvious. Caleb Ware Papa. Come on.
That's an interesting.
That's awesome.
I mean, honestly, not some crazy names than what I expected.
Franco Gucci, that's a pretty.
Okay, yeah, but you'll see
nice
stuff
one.
like that in America too.
Yeah, I guess.
Wara
But,
Papa is not something I see in America very often.
True. I guess maybe we're just putting a little foreign flair on it because they are from so far across the world.
We all speak English.
Open in the corner, and he drills. Drew Murphy for 3. Quickly up ahead. O'Sullivan was able to be found under the basket. He drills the layup. Sam Whitmer over to Rumor. He's trapped on the left side, able to find it back to Whitmer. So seen a lot of this 2-3 zone for the Bushrangers, and the ball was lost by Goodkins, and he cannot believe it.
I mean, maybe instant replay will show you something like that, but that's not something you just call right off the bat.
Yeah. Possibly a makeup call for O'Sullivan not getting the call underneath.
Mm-hmm.
And a foul call on the Panthers underneath.
That was Jason Williams-esque pass right there. That was a good pass.
And again, Zach Goodkins on the foul. He can't believe it again. Ware Papa taking the ball out for the Bushrangers. Finds Monroe, tried to get it to Skalick. Drew Murphy tried to throw it off Skalick. Skalick tipped it back in bounds. We're going to get a block against the Bushrangers. Sam Whitmer on the drive, able to draw the foul. That'll be the 16th foul on the Bushrangers, so the Panthers will be shooting free throws from here on out. The ref actually just hit Todd Seaman with the ball. He tried to pass it to the other ref.
A lot of slapping and spiking in the ball so far this game.
Yep.
Skalik doing his best volleyball impression over there, trying to tip the ball back in. Ends up spiking in the hardwood.
4:31 left. Panthers lead it by 13. Carson Brown, the low post, fell away, but we're going to need a travel call. I mean, honestly, I don't think Carson lost his balance on his own. I think
I was going to say the same thing.
as you're able to see a shot of Mr. Rogers there with his old trusty camera. Just a bad pass. And the Panthers able to cause a turnover. Rudem on the right side. Thought about teaming in the corner, but he Brown in the post. Carson Brown's runner is good.
And right now they don't really have a semi-tall guy on the court right now.
Carson Brown, 16 points, the lead of the 44. As Drew Murphy able to stand his ground and draw the charge against Polton.
A little stonewall there on the other side from the Bushrangers. Not so stonewall from Drew Murphy, and it draws the charge.
Panthers able to really expand this lead in this fourth quarter. Jake Rudemo quickly up ahead, wide open. He'll pull the three, and that's about as easy as it gets. Jake Rudemo added up and drilled the three.
You can almost see his thought process there on that shot.
Ainsworth up ahead. Shanahan in the lane was fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. Panthers lead up to 18 now, so see Carson Brown and Sam Whitmer hopefully get a break soon, save them up for the brutal stretch of games that's going to occur in the first couple weeks of January. LaSalle, Turpin, Moeller, Oak Hills. And there's one more I'm forgetting that in the span of about 2 weeks. So if you're a fan of the Elder Panthers, we do encourage a lot of support for, especially the Turpin game, as Turpin, the team that knocked Elder out of the playoffs last year on the absolute heartbreaker from Brady Hardawig in the playoff game. We want to try to get them back this year at the pit, as the Elder Panthers haven't beaten them in the regular season for the past 4 years. So trying to break that schneid here at the Fieldhouse.
Don't forget to mention this is kind of our first real home action we've gotten this year. A lot of our games being away in very foreign places.
Not as foreign as this place is for the as we got a USA chant raining down onto the Australian squad.
Excellent timing there, huh?
Excellent timing. We did not coordinate that. Argucci back into the game for the Bushrangers. Into the game for Skolik. It'll be Todd Teeman go to the line as Panthers firmly within the bonus now. Todd Teeman will have a 1-and-1. Front end is good for Todd. Teeman's second one is up and good.
Teeman tying his points with his steals there. May I add?
How about that? Bad pass by Ainsworth, and looks like the Panthers will begin to empty the benches. Ryan Brass will come in for Sam Whitmer. 3:06 left.
Looks like the Panthers want Sal. I don't know if you guys can hear that up here. Probably can.
I want Sal too, so
don't we all?
I'm with the cheering section in that, right? Hopefully we can see a Nick Salmon three-point ball before the night is over.
He's just our guy. End of story. He's just Elder's guy.
And a foul call against Polton, and he's just awestruck by the call by the referee, and that means Todd Team will go to the line for a chance and a couple more.
Polton's kind of had that reaction all day. Not really in the right mind when it comes to knowing what's going on with the fouls.
Todd Team on the front end of the 1-and-1. This first one is good. And if you hear that loud cheer, that means Nick Salamone has gone to the scores table and will check in for Carson Brown. Chance of Sal running down onto the court. It's Teeman's second one no good, rebounded by Brass. Brass out to Wall. Nick Salmoni in the corner. Pump fake the three and really, really got the cheering section's hopes up. Did not take it.
You almost think those yells as he's about to shoot it will mess him up.
You have to think so. This roof's about to explode if Nick Salmon.
just by touching the ball, he gets a roar.
I'd venture a guess if Nick Salmon is able to knock in a three here, might blow the roof off this place.
Sal still got some heat from Kentucky from the Scott High School tournament, where he drilled 3 threes in one of the games. I do not remember which one it was.
We're going to get a timeout for Elder. There's going to be some substitution for the Australian squad. As let's go coordinate timeout. We'll take a timeout up here as well. It's 50-30 with 2:14 left. Panthers lead it. You're listening to Elder Basketball on EA Sports. Welcome you back into the Elder Memorial Fieldhouse, where Elder taking control of this ball game late down the stretch. 50-30, Panthers lead it with 2:14 left.
Funny to think just a little bit ago it was, what, 36-27?
Anyway, it was even a 4-point game at one point in the second half, so the Panthers really able to expand the lead and get to where they needed to go. Grady Wall will throw the ball in for the Panthers, gets it to Ryan Brass in the front court. Over to Wall. Able to find Nick Salomone. Spot up three. He drills. Nick Salomone in the cheering section. Absolutely loves it. Quick pass ahead for the Bushrangers. The layup is good, but it does not matter.
No hesitation from Sal. He saw daylight. He fired it up.
The cheering section absolutely erupted.
And now he's on a hot streak.
I mean, come on. That was electric. How could you not feel good for the kid?
Just a feel-good moment in general.
Feel-good moment.
Start the bus is not effective enough in this matchup.
Start the airplane chants raining down. That is one of the most creative moments we've had at an Elder cheering section that I can remember. That is impressive. Impressive coordination by the cheerleaders up front as well.
We got some creative yet sometimes not so creative minds down there.
Darren McDonald's first free throw is good. Gary into the ball game along. Clear the runway.
Clear the runway.
I mean, come on. Gary McDonald, 2 points at the line. 1:45 left. A three-point shot by Ware Papa, no good. Rebounded by Oguche under the basket. Hit the side of the backboard, no good. Breitfelder with the rebound. Quickly up ahead to McDonald. McDonald will go straight up and rejected by Ainsworth. McDonald kicks it over. Nick Salomon in the corner. Oh, just short. This
That
place
groan
was
from you was the same groan from all.
This place was about to
cheering
erupt with a Nick Salomon three-point shot.
Outback Steakhouse after the game.
I mean, come on. Three-point shot for Monroe is good. I mean, I've just never experienced a more creative cheering section in my entire career at Elder. That is absurd. That is so...
Just a bit of cultural appropriation, but that's okay.
They may not always be the brightest kids in the world, in school and out, but they have their bright spots, for sure.
Little Outback Steakhouse, little cultural appropriation there, but nonetheless, it's a friendly. They'll take it lightly. They love the jokes.
The funniest thing was seeing Chad Meyer and Jimmy Finley scheme up the chant before they said it.
Oh, you could see them.
You saw the wheels turning. They knew exactly what they were going for.
You'll see their eyes light up. They tap each other frantically. Hey, let's do Let's do the Outback Steakhouse chant.
I don't know. It makes you think, how long were they planning that before the game before the game started?
It was a long time coming.
That's absurd. That is so funny. Breitfelder wide open under the basket. Rejected by Oguche off the backboard.
Any later, you might have had a goaltending call there.
I thought there could have been one initially.
One thing we've seen from this Bush Ranger team is really taking advantage of those 2 steps you get into the paint or into the layup.
They're good with the
Stop.
takes in the basket for sure.
Hesitation almost as you take your first step, then take your second one.
Sullivan's first free throw rattles around and goes.
Now all we need is either a bloomin' onion or a didgeridoo chant.
Oh,
We've
God.
about hit the bingo board.
I knew that was coming from you. I knew the didgeridoo was going to come at some point from you, Greg, but I didn't know it was going to come this late.
I think we've almost filled up the bingo board. Didgeridoo, need a little bloomin' onion, maybe I don't even know.
I mean, honestly, what else is there?
Kangaroo.
One thing you forgot, we're going to throw a shrimp on the Barbie.
Shrimp on the
after
Barbie.
the
There
game.
we go.
There it is. I had to get one of mine in. I mean, how can you not?
Crocodile Dundee. There we go.
Oh, God. Oh my God.
We're diving deep.
That was just sad, Greg. I'm sad after you said that. I'm just sad. That just threw the whole experience out the window. Good Lord, Greg.
Whatever.
I'm disheartened about that. First free throw from Ainsworth is good. You know, Greg, when you're handed an opportunity like this, you have to make light of the situation. And I think we've succeeded in that task.
And I don't think they take this as an insult at all. I think they take it as a joke.
I think they definitely.
Because we intend it as a joke.
It's a good experience for everybody involved, and after this Ohio trip that will conclude shortly for this Bush Ranger squad, they will be heading to New York, New York City to play some basketball there. So, really making the rounds around the country. A good experience for all those kids involved. Really wish this could be an experience for some American schools, but three-point basket from O'Sullivan goes at the buzzer, but not quite in time. So with the final buzzer, it'll be 55-41. Panthers take this one by a strong outing by Carson Brown with a total of 18 points. Panthers win it at home and improve to 7-1. Greg, how do you feel about tonight's game?
All-around solid game, good game as we ease into the next schedule coming up. I mean, great defense from all around, great shooting. Not necessarily the greatest shooting, but we still made most of what we had. We had guys hitting threes. As you get the schedule, see what those next games really are.
Your Panthers will be taking on the Western Hills Mustangs right after the New Year's on January 4th. That game will be at West High, so if you plan on going to that game, it will not be here. But the Panthers will return home for the first GCL play of the new year of this entire basketball season on January 6th. That'll be a Friday, January 6th at 7 o'clock, where they will 7:30. They will host the LaSalle Lancers. And like we said, that starts a stretch of a 2-week span against LaSalle, Baden, Turpin, St. X, Oak Hills, and Moeller. So that should be a fun 2 weeks of basketball for us and the squad and the cheering section. So we expect anybody listening to this game right now, hopefully you can make it out for those games. It will be a big fight in all those games. It'll be a lot of intensity, and we'll send it over to Beck and Carter with the post-game analysis. So that's it for us. I'm Will Summers. He's Greg Carlson. We thank you for listening in, and
peace.
Throw a shrimp on the Barbie. Have a good night, Elder.
See ya.